But when you go to the place of prayer, you will notice that the first thing that will start attacking prayer is flesh. Because the flesh knows that what you are doing is to deaden it so that the potentials of the spirit will come alive. Themselves on the earth. When Elijah finished, the sign was that the heavens opened. And drought of 3.5 years ended. He knew the implication. See, when you travail, it's important for you to know the consequence. And the first consequence, which is supernatural, is that you begin to function under open heaven. Nobody changing his word is natural. You will be greatly mistaken to think you are natural and you can change the world. When you start going high, you will discover every realm have gatekeepers. And when you come there, they will ask you, who is backing you up? When those days come, may your heavens be open. In Matthew 3:16, after Jesus was baptized, the Bible said he came out from the waters praying. Suddenly the heavens opened. This is my beloved son, in whom I'm well pleased. See, we don't know what we have as Christians. We think it begins and ends with coming to church. No. You are supposed to take church to wherever you go to. And the church you carry there is not an organization. It's open heaven. Number 2, what do you give birth to? It's a saturated soul. When a man travails, he is charged. Oh! When you want to see the beauty of a man, wait until he's charged. All of you watching me here, you have phones. Your phones have notepads so that you can write on. Your phones can browse. Your phones have touches that you can use. But there is one thing that is, if off, the phone becomes completely useless. It's called charge. Even if you don't have a SIM card, at least you can use your notepad and the touch on your phone. But when the charge on your phone is finished, everything shuts down. You carry God, but you can shut God down. Do you know the only entity that can shut God down in all creation is man? Because man is the only being that carries God. So when a man shuts down, God shuts down. When a man is paralyzed, God is paralyzed. As powerful as he is. This is why travailing is important. When you travail, you charge. All your potentials are unlocked. That's when wisdom speaks. That's when favor speaks. Some of you who are begging for open doors here, you carry something on you that nothing should be able to reject you. The problem is that you are not charged. Some of you seated here asking for direction. You are actually supposed to be a light to your generation. The problem is that you are not charged. Do you know that a touchlight phone, phones that don't have internet support, can become more relevant than latest phones if they are charged? You can have iPhone 17 Pro Max. Somebody else can have an iPhone 11. If the iPhone 11 is charged, it's more relevant than the iPhone 17 Pro Max. That's why among us here, there are governors who are beggars. Among us here, there are prophets who are looking for direction. And guess who they meet? They meet the ordinary disciple who knows nothing about the prophetic. But because that guy is charged, he can pick a bit of wisdom. And he begins to lead the prophet. He said, I've seen an abomination under the sun. He said, beggars are trekking. Rulers are trekking. Why beggars are riding on horses? You know where that thing comes from? Men are not charged. In Jude verse 20, it said, building up yourself upon your most holy faith, praying in the Holy Ghost. See, you are not useless. You are not handicapped. Charge yourself. Your value comes when you are charged. When you travail, it's like plugging to electricity. Things will break out of you, you'll be shocked. The first time I prayed and saw a notable miracle, sir, I didn't have faith for it. But I was too charged for unction not to flow. So when I touched the person fell down and was healed. Stood up jumping. I said, are you sure? Please check where. He said, no, sir, I'm healed. I now realized faith is important, but virtue must flow. You look at Jesus. The Bible said they touched him. And he said virtue left him and healed them all. If you are not charged, you are as good as a dead person. This is why you travail. Number 3, what happens when you travail? Re-engineering. That's what we call transformation. Oh my God. The errors that were put into you from your environment, from your foundation, suddenly as you start charging, your life will start being edited. Fear will remove. This inconsistency in your soul, that you never finish anything, it will come out. A point will come, this timid disposition you have, because they told you stories that your fathers were slaves, it will leave you. And then a point comes, you'll discover that you have become a new creation indeed. Because transformation takes place. They show you things in that realm. And when you see things, you are not the same. Jesus said in Jeremiah 33 verse 3, he said, ask of me, I will answer. But I don't only answer. If you stay, he said, I will show you great and mighty things that you know not of. When you see those things, you know what happened. We all with unveiled face, beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord, we are metamorphosed. Listen, an egg can have wings. It's called metamorphosis. But in the spirit, you must wait. That's why he said in Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31, they that wait upon the Lord, they renew their strength. They mount up with wings like eagles. When they run, they are not weary. When they walk, they don't faint. You have wings, but you need to be re-engineered. The egg must break. The larva must metamorphose into a winged creature. But it will take travailing for that to happen. In Matthew 17 verse 2, the Bible said, as Jesus prayed, it said the fashion of his countenance was altered. His raiment began to glister. The thing affected even his garment. Hey, you need re-engineering, sir. They put too much fear in you when you were grown up. They placed too much curses on you when you were growing up. They put too much limitation. You are now carrying God, but you are hedged on every side. Some of you need wings. You know what wings does for you? You fly above the limitation. You know, when you are driving a car, you avoid the mountains, you avoid the trees. But when you are flying, the mountain can remain. It's inconsequential. The mountain needs to be removed if you are driving. But when you are flying, mountain remain there. I've gone to a realm higher than you. The mountain is beneath you, so you can fly over the mountain. This is where traveling becomes more powerful than just having faith. Faith needs to remove mountain. Traveling flies over the mountain. You don't pray. There are dimensions of you you will never see. He said Gentiles will come to your light. He said but kings, they don't care about your light. They come to the brightness of your rising. Because in the glory economy, there's such a thing called from glory to glory. The first glory is good for Gentiles. But if kings will come, you need to go from glory to glory. That's where re-engineering takes place. That's where metamorphosis. A point to come, people will look at you and literally wonder, what manner of man is this? What manner of man? But you know what is happening. You are just on the altar re-engineering yourself. They show you things. They tell you things. And when you come out, you cease to be a mere mortal. Number 4, what do you give birth to? The power to create change. When we travail, even the decisions of men can change. See, when you go through life, you will discover that there are sons of the serpent living among men. The Bible calls them sons of Belial. There are people that have no problem with you until you make a difference. They will swear with their lives that unless you fail, they won't rest. See, when Paul started, the Bible says 40 men bound themselves with an oath and said they will neither eat nor drink until Paul dies. You don't know, only the average man lives in luxury. The man of impact is perpetually exposed to warfare. But do you know what you do that makes your enemies useless? See, some of us made up our mind, if you like, swear. Now you sabi, you will die, I won't notice. Because nobody can stop you. There are only two beings that can stop you. One is God, but he won't. The second is you, if you chose to. Nothing under heaven can stop you. But the question is, have you developed the power to create change? Men can change their mind. In Luke 18 from verse 1, Jesus said men ought always to pray and not to faint. So the opposite of prayer is not prayerlessness. If you don't pray, you faint. You faint when you stop praying. And then Jesus told us why men faint. The reason men faint is because of men. Because they are wicked men who will not open the door. They are wicked men who will not allow you pass. He said there was an unjust judge that neither feared God or man. You don't know the category of people on earth. See, there are people in this world who don't care who God is. Those are the people you are dealing with every day. You need a technology to shift them off the way. He said the heart of kings are in the hands of God. He tilts it wherever he wants. Nobody has the power to stand and say you are not passing. He will give way by power. Because when power jams power. So when we speak travail, you think these men are making impact because they are handsome. You allow them tell you the beast they confront with daily. Paul said, if after the manner of men, he said, I first fought the beast of Ephesus. There are men who are beasts. If you come against such men, better don't faint. He said, if you faint in the day of trouble, it means your strength is weak. Not because your God is not powerful. It's because you didn't build strength. But when Zion travails, Zion generates strength to uproot beasts. I've met some. I was going to a country and a man vowed that I won't come out from there. I went to prayer. As I was praying, I hit a frequency and I heard he's inconsequential. When we talk in the public, we have done something in the private. And I told my people, he is inconsequential in his own country. These are people who know ambassadors, who have connections. But when I entered the city, the weight I brought him paralyzed him. You know what the Bible said? In Exodus 2:24 and 25. It said, rise ye up, take up thy journey, go beyond the river Arnon. It said, behold, I have given unto you Sihon the Amorite, king of Heshbon. Contend with him and possess the land. That's done by focus. You know my focus. It said, behold, I've put my dread upon you. It said, when the nations see you, they will paralyze. When you show up, your enemies suddenly will become confused. They will be wondering. They will even come to make friends with you. But you have seen them in the spirit. And because you have seen them in the spirit, you avoid them. This is who we are. We are a wonder. Don't allow your life be an abomination. You are a king. Why are you trekking? You are a priest. Why are you subdued? You are a prophet. Why are you confused? Your altar are ashes. When you awaken your altar, your ordination will begin to speak. You are not ordinary. Isaiah said, I and the children the Lord has given to me. He said, we are for signs. We are for wonders. We are for signs. And you don't only change men's decisions, you can change seasons. Look at Jesus. The Bible said the Spirit drove him to the wilderness. Matthew 4:1, Luke 4:1, to be tempted of the devil. So that was a season of temptation. But Jesus knew. He went 40 days ahead, fasted and prayed. You know what he turned season of temptation to? He turned season of temptation to season of announcement. And the Bible said in Luke 4:14 and 15, Matthew 4:14 and 15, he returned in the power of the Spirit. And his fame went abroad. The land of Zebulun, the land of Naphtali, by the way of the sea, beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentile. The people that sat in darkness have seen a great light. No problem. They may say this season you will die. That's what they said. You can change that season to your season of enthronement. They can say this season you are finished. No problem. That's what they said. You can change that season to the season of your announcement. They can say this season you will suffer. You can change that season to the season of your blessing. Nobody has the power to dictate your season. You can change seasons, both in the natural and in the supernatural. Joshua 10:12. Joshua was fighting and he saw that if night fell upon them, they would lose. And the Bible said Joshua stood. And when he cried to the heaven, he said, let the sun remain upon the mountains of Gibeon. Let the moon remain upon the valley of Ajalon. And he said the sun did not make haste to go down in the day that God hearkened to the voice of a man. That was a man without the Holy Spirit. How much more you? They tell you that a Sangoma say you are finished. Who is that Sangoma? What does he carry? Even the idol in a shrine carries a demon. I carry God. Let him take my name to that shrine. Let's see which we bow to which. He said he worships idol. I'm a bigger idol. Go and check the word. Let us make man in our image. The word image is Salim, is idol. So you and I are idols that carry God. You are a mobile shrine. So let them carry your name to that shrine. If that their shrine does not catch fire, I prophesy over someone. Step up to a new height. Somebody told me, go and fetch sand from your village. I say, I've passed that level. Go and tell that one to a baby Christian. I've passed the level of fetching sand. Anywhere I step my feet is mine. I don't fetch sand. I take over. I take over. I take over. Listen. Don't let anything kill your altar. Your destiny is tied to your altar. If I have time tomorrow, I will show you how the patriarchs lived. They were men of altars. God told Abraham, I will bless you, make you the father of nations. Indeed shall nations be blessed. Abraham heard it. He didn't just run with it. Genesis 12, 1-3. Then you go to Genesis 6 and 7. The moment he came to Shechem, he raised an altar. The moment he got to Ai, he raised an altar. Then Genesis 13, 18, he raised another altar. So when you trace Abraham's journeys, you won't find tents, you will find altars. That's why many years later, even where Jacob laid down was an altar. He littered the landscape with altars. It doesn't matter what the prophet told you. They can tell you you'll be the next president. They can tell you you'll be the next mayor. They can tell you South Africa depends on you. If you don't pray, if God is merciful, your son will inherit that prophecy. I prophesy over someone. The grace to travail. The grace to travail. The grace to travail. The grace to travail. Let it rest upon you now. You can change the decisions of men. You can change seasons. You can break prisons. In Acts 16:25, they beat Paul, locked him up. There was nobody to call. The Bible said at midnight, it said Paul and Silas prayed and sang. The prisoners heard them. Suddenly, the foundation of the prison began to shake. Who told you you can be put in bondage? Who told you you can be overpowered? They told you a lie. From your altar, you can uproot foundations of prisons. You can change anything. Just tarry. Tarry. Even your ministry can change. I was in obscurity. We are not here because we are the best preachers. We are here because we flew in the spirit. I was teaching in a secondary school as HOD chemistry. A man that should address a generation. I came with lab coat teaching organic chemistry. I imparted people. I'm happy about it. But the weight of my destiny was bigger than that. But while I was doing that, every month, 21 days fast, I rest for 9 days. 21 days fast, I rest for 9 days. I saw all manner of encounters. I was tired during break. There was no money to eat. And I laid on my table and my eyes opened. I saw an eagle. Bigger than a building. It opens its wings and moves from one state to another. From one nation to another. And God zoomed my eyes and I saw myself hanging on the wings. In 10 days, I had 17 invitations from 17 nations. I was in my friend's house, still in fasting and prayer. I laid on the floor as I was praying. My eyes opened. I saw a giant horse, taller than a building. And they zoomed my eyes to the hoof. And I saw a man standing, and it was me. A force took me and threw me on the horse. And the horse was galloping from nation to nation, from nation. Sir, we can't take half our invitations. It's contention for which one to attend. Because the power will trigger the Macedonian call. Nations will beg you, come and speak over us. And then you are wondering, how much experience do you have? That's the level where experience no longer counts. You have plugged into the ancient of days. You talk the oracles of days. You talk the oracles of the spirit.